Sorry it's late, folks. No longer wait, folks. The video is in front of you. Though where is Aiden? We seem to have misplaced him, so it might as well be us too. Somebody's gotta review it, for there is plenty to discuss. Somebody's gotta review it, so it might as well be us. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Jacob.
And I'm BB.
And together we are the
Butter
Bunch.
On sync
Yeah, I
as
wasn't kidding
always.
about that. Aiden's not here.
No, dude, oh my god. I woke up a few minutes ago. This is great. Oh. Yeah, so for context, guys, my oldest nephew. I have quite a few nephews. It's hard to keep track at this point. Mm-hmm. I have like 3 or 4. My oldest nephew recently had his 4th grade graduation. Yippee! I had to wake up at such an early time. Oh my god, I hate mornings. God. Oh. Anyways, it's not great, yeah. Anyways, I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because I woke up so early, but I felt quite ill most of the day. And so I came home, and I actually want to play a game that was popular on YouTube for about a week or two, called myhouse.wad, which is a Doom mod, but it's inspired by House of Leaves, so I want to give it a try.
So I thought you were going to say you want to play the game now. I was like, hold on a minute.
No. But then I died and I forgot to save, so I was like, well, shoot. But I wanted to give Control a try. I'm gonna play the game officially on stream, but I wanted to give it just like a quick 30-minute demo run just to see if it actually runs, because it is a significantly newer game than the Alan Wake games. And so I want to see if it would actually work. So yeah, I woke up and immediately launched it because I woke up and it was like 4:05 and I was like, oh god, stream. But I do feel better now.
Yeah, we do kind of fluctuate whether or not we stream it. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's always 4 for you. Yeah, it was 4 or 5 for Aiden. Okay. Anyways, doesn't really matter because it's not here right now. And I also realized that I have dressed myself in my Starkid attire, but we are not talking about Starkid today, are we? No, indeed not. We are still in our debut introduction to the TinCanBros. Not quite how they originally started, because that was mostly cinematic sketches. But this is the first of the musical, and it seems that this is where people wanted us to start. Aiden, come back. Everyone in chat can see. It's review time, and it's not the same without you. Summon Aiden. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Aiden, come back. The videos are best with 3. Unless Shorty's here, but that's a whole different situation. I didn't have a rhyme for that one.
Shorty's never showing up again, guys. Stop thinking that they will. Sorry, it will, I think. Hold on, pause. Yes, it will.
All right. It's feeling poorly, so no say for Shorty.
God.
Not that
also
it's much of a surprise.
Also, that is somewhat of a joke, by the way, Chet. We didn't like kick it out or anything, but also, let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Also, Spanksa, the reason why Jacob has a parody at the ready is because Jacob was once a theater boy, and now he's a theater man.
Of course, yes, I've evolved.
Yes, much like that one SpongeBob episode where Barnacle Boy becomes a villain, Barnacle Man.
Yep. This is I do remember that one.
Yeah, because Mermaid Man kept on trying to give him a kid-sized Krabby Patty, and then the gag at the end was that after Barnacle Boy redeemed himself and went back to the light, he really couldn't eat an adult-sized Krabby Patty, and Murmuring Man was right in the first place.
Well, there you go. I forgot that's how it ended, actually. I just remember the terrible battle where I was somewhat disappointed because it seemed like they set themselves up for a whole ragtag team of superheroes and they just defeat themselves with their own incompetence.
Yeah, but that's so SpongeBob coded, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. I understand that now, but it was like at the time as a kid, I was like, oh, come on.
I mean, sure, yeah. I wanted a cool fight. No,
yeah.
yeah. Hey, if you
No
watch
one
the
shows.
SpongeBob movie, we get a pretty awesome fight sequence at the end there. The first SpongeBob movie with the
One man
rock
shows Jacob
solo.
seeing Starkid / TinCanBros parodies. I'm not sure how that would go down because I'm not sure what the parodies would be like about necessarily in that situation, but who knows? We'll we'll see. Stay tuned. Might make that a membership reward of some kind. I think those instrumentals. You know, whatever. Not important right now. What is important right now is bringing back the video because I pressed hide, but it seems like there's no show option that seems to be here, so I might have to just reload the screen share again. I need to figure out how the new format of Restream works properly. Yeah, I'm just going to restart that. I thought I'd activate it in the meantime, just to, save ourselves the issue. And yes, I did make unfortunately Restream for some now limits the length of videos that you can upload to itself to 1 hour, and it was 1 hour 1 minute and 47 seconds. So yeah, we're gonna have to do screen share for right now, but we'll periodically come back into the chat to acknowledge everyone's existence.
Are you streaming this on the Jacob account or the Butterbunch account?
I'm on the Butterbunch account.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but yeah.
Well, it does because I thought on the Jacob account you're a subscriber.
Oh,
right?
the Restreamer. Oh, sorry. The Restream account's the same. It's paired either way.
Okay. Then that shouldn't apply to you. What do you mean? You're a subscriber.
Well, it seems like they've one thing they rearranged is their packages. What can I say?
I guess, but like if you're paying money for this, you should not be like victim to the length rule.
The point is, it seems like I'm not paying enough money to not be a victim to this length. Is what it seems to be the case.
Man, you're paying too much money for this awful service that we use, man. I gave up on it. It's
unless they've lowered that down, because it seems like the tiers have also changed in some way. Again, I'll look into that later. It really is not important for right now, apart from the fact that it means we have to screen share instead.
I like how I've called Spanksa Spanksa for the entire duration of knowing them, and only now have they finally corrected me.
I mean, the only letter that was off was the was the X.
I still prefer Spanksa. I kind of had a feeling that wasn't how you pronounce that, but I thought it was quite funny.
I feel like this is kind of like what we were saying before about like Middle English versus Modern English, actually, and how you prefer Middle English particularly because of like it's more phonetically accurate, but it's not. But again, but I think actually now I thought about it, the way that that most of us have grown accustomed to the English language. If we were learning something from scratch, yes, Middle English would be much easier. But just because now our brains are wired in a certain way, we have to like desensitize ourselves. So sort of like the same way as Spanksa versus Speranza, actually.
That's fair. I don't know. It took me only a couple minutes to get used to it though. So
okay, well maybe, who knows. I will say I only dedicated like 1 minute to that conversation because you gave because of a single sentence. But yeah, and then we moved on. Speaking of moving on, video time. Without further ado, on with the review.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dukes and dames, princes and princesses, diplomats and heads of state. And a very special hello to the citizens of our wonderful, beautiful country, the new democratic republics of old socialist Prussia and Slovakia. Give yourselves a hand, do it! Do it, yeah.
I guess the audience are now the the diplomats.
He has
fair enough.
the exact same energy as mental illness.
I see what you mean, yes. For context, we mean that maybe mental illness as in the character played by Tommy Bowes on on Smosh Bits.
Yeah. You come so far. You come so far. You're down here. You're up there. You're left, right.
Hello, World
Came from
Nation. This is
extreme
me, a mental
poverty to
illness.
blitzkrieg. That's hard.
Right? It's a very similar energy.
I'm
Yeah.
famed radio and television personality Venga Borsted. Thank you. That guy knows what's up. Wow.
I have a
okay,
feeling
great.
that the audience member is probably planted or something, but still, that's quite funny to imagine just a singular random audience member going,
Yeah.
"Whoa!" to this radio host that they don't know, showing up for this dumb little plot device or framing device, should I say?
Yeah. I mean, to me, this does seem like it was just like a random person. I'm not sure if Starkid or TinCanBros are in the habit of planting audience members.
I don't know. I know.
That being
I know
said, Trail to Oregon is the example where is the only counter I'm going to have for that, because it seems like the chips sort of fell into place a little bit too conveniently there. Because one thing in Trail to Oregon is that this isn't really a spoiler. You get to name the characters on stage. So it's a family. It's a party of 5, and the audience shouts out names right at the very beginning. Turns out that because Jeff Blim had been trying to get that show up forever in different ways, and he was really keen on the name of Jack Bauer, and it just so happened that was the name that got shouted out. And I was like, I mean, I can see why he was so happy about it, but at the same time, but that's the only example of, I think, I suspect an audience plant in any Starkid production.
Sure. I don't want to accuse him of anything, but it is common. And whenever you have something so random like that it feels like, why would that happen? It's kind of like, well, hold on.
Well, I think it might have happened because of like the awkward silence that ensued, as if that's like, here's my name. That was supposed to be a cheer. No one cared. Moving on.
Sure.
Embarrassing. Zip Gribble Clint. I'm excited. What a wonderful night. What a fabulous sight. I hope you're enjoying your evening. There's glitz, there's glamour, there's oodles of swagger. Flip tickety. I'm barely breathing. There's whining, there's dining, there's nations combining. I tell you, my heart is beating. The lights are so shiny and I can't stop smiling. Just pinch me. I must be dreaming. And the talk of the town is the one with the crown. The wise, the powerful Prince Fjorgen, and our nubile country. Oh, it's so lovely. Come along, let's open the curtain.
I will say Fjorgen and Curtin. Bit of a bit of a risky rhyme there, but everything else is solid so far.
Don't we look marvelous? Isn't it gay?
Okay.
Let's give the prince a big hip hip hooray. His Royal Highness, he's wise indeed.
It would have been. I feel like it was funnier when it was just like one reporter who was clearly signed up for the wrong job at the World Peace Summit, where everyone's usually a lot more serious. But okay, I guess they're all going to be hyperbolic now.
He's so dumb he can't even read. Master of men, lover of ladies.
He was dropped on his head as a baby.
The heir to the throne, the leader of Prussians.
I heard his parents were first cousins.
Just keep on
Did they all just hate him? What?
smiling and put on a show. If you are lying, they don't have to know. Whatever you say, don't say what you think, cause we love the prince. Wink, wink.
Okay.
Oh,
I
well,
just
there's
love
the
the
explanation as to the point of this song.
Well, I mean, I got that, but I'm wondering like why they seem to hate him. I remember that before no one spoke favorably of him, but you know, if it's this, you know, his own people, or I guess the other nations, I'm not really sure.
I don't know, man. It's a government figure. There's probably a good reason.
This room is full of government figures at the moment.
To be here and happy to see there are so many glasses clean.
Yes, quite the celebration. Yes, quite the new nation. And the prince, how do you find him?
He's qualified.
Yes.
He's dignified.
Yes.
I'm truly, truly behind him.
I'm sure you don't need to remind him what.
He belongs in a mental asylum.
What a party! It's such a treat!
It's like pulling my toenails right off of my feet.
Our fabulous prince, all the good he will do!
He's dumb as a donkey.
And smells like one too! How noble, how regal!
Okay, Loki.
The night.
He wears a wig.
And lies about his height. He's royal.
For those of you who don't know,
highness
he
is
uses a ship made of finger and toenails to ride into Ragnarok. That's why you have to keep your nails tidy.
Oh, okay. You said that as soon as like I heard the line. You line like there's a wig of a donkey. It smells like one too, or something. So that's what I
No.
was, yeah.
No,
I was
the
in the
nail
wrong
thing.
part of the video. Okay. All right.
Yeah, when you
course we
die, they use the remains of your nails for the boat.
A move across made an audience member hold his apple. Okay. That kind of reminds me of Hermes from Epic the Musical, like his laugh. Okay, that very specific, but fair enough. And also, hello to Abby.
Which isn't a reference Jacob gets because he still hasn't watched the Cersei saga.
I mean, we tend to watch that together, and that hasn't been arranged yet, so that's why I haven't.
I keep on trying to.
I don't remember you bringing it up a single time in the past few weeks.
Well, then you're crazy. I've brought it up so many times. For both you
I
and
believe
Aiden.
I believe what you brought up most of the past weeks is House of Leaves.
Sure, that too.
Jibber jab, jibber jab, and we're back. So bold, so daring, this Russian dignitary. His name is Vladimir Putin.
Can't wait for Prussian.
Hold on, what? Wait a second. This is like in 1970s, right?
No, it's
Why
not.
would you
It's
be-
not. It's not Putin. It's Pupin.
Okay, sure. All right then. All right, fine.
To get to know Russians, look forward to our country's union.
But don't you look dashing? This look.
There was more of a union right in the 70s than there was in the whatever.
And what are your thoughts on Prince Jordan?
He's powerful.
Yes.
He's wonderful.
Yes.
A truly spectacular person.
Of that, I'm certain.
He's an idiot, inbred virgin. Blah!
We look marvelous, isn't it fabulous? Oh, how glorious!
Can't even handle this.
Oh, what a gathering! Oh, he's so dazzling, totally ravishing. The stupidity is staggering. Just keep on smiling and put on a show. If you are lying, they don't have to know. Whatever you say, don't say what you think. Whoever you hate, don't make a stink, 'cause we love the prince.
Fancy how wild.
We love the prince.
Child.
Here comes
Okay.
the prince.
So I did just look it up because I was curious. I thought it worked within the timeline, but I wasn't sure.
Wait,
So
look
if
what up.
that's what I was about to explain. So if this takes place in the 60s, right?
70s,
Soviet-
I think.
Okay, that still works, but no. The Union formed in 22 and fell in 91. So we're in the later stages, but
Yeah.
Oh, come on out, guy. That's great. Wow, you did a number there down there. Wow, unbelievable. Everyone, give the prince a hand. It's his first time in public. What a guy. First public appearance. So, what do you got to say for yourself, my man? It's the guy ruling our country.
it's funny because
Yeah. Why do they have a prince ruling the country, not a king instead? That's my question.
I don't know. This is very very Biden coded, which is funny because this is significantly before Biden ran our country.
Yeah, by this point, I think by this point he either was still vice president or had only just ceased to be vice president.
Well, I also think at this point his mental faculties were more in place, right?
That's my understanding. No one commented on them at the time, so I assume they were okay.
The talk of the town, the one with the crown, the prince. We love the prince. We love the prince.
Jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber to the prince.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, in Nerdy Prudes Must Die, they do a similar song number. I've referenced it before, but yeah, it's one where they're introducing what basically the main antagonist, and they're building him up, before anything happens, before he even shows up, and it does. It's a good device to have that, but it's also very risky. In the case of Max Jaegerman, they pulled it off spectacularly. In the case of this prince, it really does depend. We'll see how this goes.
Cynthia!
Curt? What are you doing here? How did you get into... Oh! God, you smell like puke! What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, if people don't... Oh, I was gonna say people don't remember what happened last time. They're rewinding. Never mind. You'll see.
Cripes, Curt!
I'm sorry. I just can't stand the sight of blood, okay?
But you kill people for a living. How can you hate blood?
Talking about my own blood.
Yeah, interesting. Actually, there's a series called Doc Martin that it's about a doctor who actually had to quit his job as a surgeon because he developed hemophobia out of nowhere, and then he becomes like a GP in this small town. And he's vastly overqualified for it.
It's terrifying.
It just looks like everyone else's blood.
Yeah, but it's mine, so it's scarier, okay? Jeez. Maniac is gonna crash the most important political event of the decade, and I'm stuck here, bleeding in an elevator.
Whoa, slow down there, hun. We need to get you to a hospital.
Sorry, Barb. The only place I'm going is to Geneva.
Wait!
I'm still confused, by the way, because last time remember that he was next to, I forgot the name of the Russian spy in this. I forgot what her name was. But yeah, Barbara wasn't anywhere near to my knowledge. So I'm wondering now where she went. Probably to stop the deadliest man alive, who did previously shoot him, and that's the part that they're not recapping.
It's not just that. You don't have authorization to continue this mission. Cynthia's direct orders.
Guess that's why they sent Barbara over to, establish that.
Okay, so what do you want me to do about it?
I want you to do your job.
You were given explicit orders to abort your mission. You smell like shit. And even if some madman wanted to kill the prince, good riddance. That prince is a fucking Looney Tune.
That's exactly what he wants to do.
This must have been a health and safety nightmare, having to run up and down in the dark to make this work. My goodness.
They have night vision goggles tucked away in their pocket. They have to throw them on as soon as the lights go out.
Mm-hmm. Got a gun pointed at my head, so I don't. Oh dear. Never seen it, but I've heard of Doc Martin. You know what? I'm impressed already because most people I've ever talked to, yeah, they probably would not have. It's not a well-known show necessarily, but hey, it's a good one.
Curt, please. If you pull a stunt like this, you could jeopardize your job, my job, even the entire agency.
I don't care. There are more important things at stake here. This is my floor.
That's a good way to establish an elevator.
Listen, Barb.
So it was someone's floor, but they just walked onto the elevator and then straight off it again. What was even the point of going? Okay, sure. Maybe there was, there was two sets of doors. It was just more convenient to walk through it.
A moving elevator was
I'm
too
going
much in their budget. I think we're supposed to pretend like the elevator's going.
No, I understand that, but logistically, that guy should have been in the elevator the entire time.
Geneva, because, well, damn it, I need a win here. All right? I am. I'm supposed to be the best. Someone has to save the world, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who can do it.
So it might as well be me.
Well, I've got to get back to schmoozing and manipulating governments, if you'll excuse me.
I can't believe you just sit idly by and let...
Oh! Go home, rest up, and don't do anything stupid. You're no use to anyone dead. Except maybe Danny Kaye.
I forgot who that was.
Fuck you.
Ah, diplomat Poopin.
Whoa!
Sorry. Listen, I need your help.
The irony of someone named Poopin, backing away from him due to smell.
There is a plot by the Nazis to kidnap the prince. Now,
Oh, the prince is an idiot! I won't help you. Ah ha ha! If it isn't the incarnation of peace and prosperity himself.
I mean, why not just tell the prince he's in danger? Or, one of his, security or something.
Susan, give this to Cynthia.
I'm going rogue?
No, Curt. No,
If Cynthia hears about this, there will be hell to pay. Take my advice, which is to take Cynthia's advice.
Susan, you're a man of honor. I respect what you do.
It's not Susan, it's Shushan.
Respect what I have to do.
Ow, guy!
Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this thing on? How's it going, everyone? Great party, huh?
Oh my God, he's going rogue.
Now, you may not know me, but I am Secret Agent Curt Mega.
You're not supposed to know who you are. That's like... I never thought I see a spy that was less discreet than James Bond in my life, but there you go. Here we are.
I'm here to warn that there is a plot.
Reckon we won't be going forward with the kidnapping.
It seems
Oh, I thought for a second that the follow spot was, whoever's in charge of that was actually secretly, helping them out, but never mind.
not. What a shame. Also
Also, nice costume change there.
wasted time cutting out those letters for the ransom note.
Wait a tick. I think I know how to use this American's little confession to our advantage.
Ah, I think I see where you're going. Change of plans, Mr. Deadliest Man. We
killed the
We
prince.
killed the prince!
And that is why we must get this man to safety as quickly as possible. Now, I've tried to elicit help from both the Americans and the Russians, but both sides refused.
Yeah, speaking of Russians again, where was the other one? Okay.
In fact, it seems they actually prefer the prince was...
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! He's dead! His head is blown! Clean
Well, at least they know now that he wasn't lying.
up! Oh God! Ladies and gentlemen, I am shocked to report that our beloved prince has been assassinated before my very eyes. Diplomatic bonds have been blown to a dingle bleach. It appears the Americans and the Russians knew. Oh!
What are you doing here?
Saving you again. Let's get you out of here.
I mean, what is she doing here? You both had the same alright.
God! Oh God, I blew it! I really blew it!
Yes, do you have access to a safe house?
I want my mommy!
Stop it! Come on!
Without any strong evidence or investigation to support these claims, it'll be difficult to determine who is responsible for these crimes against peace. But
I mean, I guess this is like too early for security cameras to be majorly used.
based solely on my emotional response,
Good
I think
starts.
it's safe to say that the world's superpowers have devised a plan against this. I'm sorry, turn off the camera. I can't. I can't anymore.
Who hired this man?
I think I might have some ideas that will interest your government.
Yeah, good. Hopefully they cut the feed the second before he appeared, because otherwise that's the cameras will still be rolling right now.
We just
I have some ideas that might interest you, Governor. Do you like the Jews?
Based on your uniform, I'm supposed to say no right now. Please don't hurt me.
A son buys his mother a safe house, but never comes to visit Tatiana. Unless he's being hunted by the
Oh, so that yeah, that's why people saying Tatiana in the switch. I said I forgot what her name was.
world's governments, of course. Give your mother a kiss.
Mom, stop being so embarrassing.
Pish posh applesauce. A mother's allowed to be excited to see her son.
Thank you for the...
Yeah, the one thing we don't ever see in James Bond, just any sort of extended family. He's supposed to be like, an orphan, so that's like no one to tie him, no any connections or whatever, but yeah, it would be fun. Come on, it'd be fun.
the lemonade, Mrs. Mega.
Oh, is that a Beretta 950 Jetfire stainless steel edition? Let me clean that for you, honey. You relax. All right. So, since I won't get it out of Curtis, did you two meet on the job?
You are aware of what Curt does for a living?
Of course. He's got a license to kill. And it kills me that he never brings any girls home to meet me.
I mean, also, you live in a safe house, so it would be, you know, why would you need one otherwise? But yeah.
Just a constant parade of drinking buddies for poker or wrestling or whatever you boys do in the rumpus room.
Hey, that's one thing it doesn't have in common with James Bond. You know, can't keep that guy away from the ladies.
So how long have you two been together?
Mom!
What? A mother is curious about the diggle where her son puts his dinky.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be pointing a gun when you mention a diggle. I've never heard that one before. That one wasn't in MAMD. That was not a one that they used.
I've heard of a diddle.
Stop being like your father. He left when Curtis was a baby. You might have realized, but Curtis's messiah complex comes from the lack of a strong male role model earlier in...
Okay, well, she might have realized that Curtis has a messiah complex, but how on earth would she know where it came from?
his life. Oh, look at that cute little tush.
Mom, get out!
Right. Jeez. I can see you two are itching for some privacy, so I'll busy myself with some arts and crafts. Tati, on your passport, do you want it to be your maiden name hyphen Mega or just Mega? All right, I'll figure it out.
I mean, is that her job to make passports? Why would she be in charge of that? Okay, bye.
I'm so sorry about her. I don't make it out here that often, so she goes a little stir crazy.
No, it is completely fine. She reminds me of my mother, actually. Sometimes I forget what it is like to have a family.
I knew we were gonna get like the characters bonding, you know, scene right now. It feels appropriate.
Hey.
Yeah, it's about bonding a clock. I just realized why I said with bonding. That wasn't even intentional.
How did you lose them?
I know exactly where they are.
Oh, no. I mean,
They're in the cemetery.
die. How did they die?
They're not dead.
Oh. Please explain.
Let's start at the very beginning.
Very good place to start.
Don't interrupt. At the tender age of 4, I was an instrument of war, an assassin for the KGB.
I'm sorry, what?
They taught me how to kill with efficiency and skill, and took me from my family.
I know this isn't not to interrupt, but I have a couple of questions right now. I understand, like, you know, I understand that this, like, okay, you know, big reveal that the KGB have child soldiers or, you know, child employees or something in this reality, but, can you even, like, properly teach a 4-year-old or, like, hire a 4-year-old as an assassin? I feel like they would either, like, get lost, not understand a mission properly, or they just simply would not be able to deal with the recoil of a shot. Would it be cost effective to, like, I'm thinking too much about this.
It's
Just
fine. They have a
just
good
manufacture a
sound
bunch
factory.
of, yeah, they just have to manufacture tiny guns. It's like,
Yeah, pew pew. It's a bunch of water guns.
Age of 13, I was a killing machine. But
yeah, see, it took 9 years to train her. Obviously, they started too early.
deadliest in all the regime. I killed without emotion, evil deeds unspoken. Sometimes I still hear them scream. Eventually,
I have to. The one thing you never forget is the sound of their screams. I scream. You scream. We all scream. In the terrible hellfire, the family reunion. Okay, there we go. You know, fulfillment over.
it became too much. I decided I wouldn't
Also,
care
it's
for
just
them any
built
longer.
different.
I fled the country, leaving my family behind. I couldn't contact them. I knew if the Soviets
piano.
knew that they knew where I was, they'd torture them. or worse. The only way to help them was to abandon them.
Surely, if the KGB took you from them, they would have your their address on their records anyway.
Von Nazi promised you a way to get them back.
For a price. He has my entire history in his pocket. If
And
that
the KGB do not, apparently.
information fell into the wrong hands, I thought I could be free and protect my family. I almost had a second chance. So now you see, I guess I'll always be a prisoner of my past.
We cut to the mother, just like, you know, bawling her eyes out, like, this is so sad, or something like that, just in the corner. Also, very minor point there, but since we got like a close up, it was clear to see when people when you see people sing high notes, particularly, you know, like you know, super well known artists and such. A lot of the time they'll like scrunch up their face like this, and they're singing so loud, you know, that kind of thing. But actually, one thing that I learned in drama school is actually you don't have to do that. You know, like physically, your face plays very little parts, like at least like the external part in how you sing. So very clearly, this this actress here has actually mastered that, you know, particularly because obviously, you know, as the character, it actually makes a lot of sense as well. You'd have to, you know, keep a stern face, as you've been trained to do so all your life.
If you could erase all of pain that spying for your country has caused you, wouldn't you?
Sorry. I got my eyes closed. I'm not seeing anything. Just want to do a load of laundry. Oh, wow, this is bloody. All right, resume your credentialing.
Well, Mom's probably done with the passports in a few minutes, so we should probably split.
No,
Okay, so she does actually forge passports. Okay.
we're not done here. Not yet. Talk.
I need to hear your story. Well, I was just an average guy. Then I became a spy. Yes,
I want to see your digital.
I thought you were the one who had the diddle. I don't even know anymore. What's my mom saying?
To me.
There's nothing to say.
I think there is. So let it out.
I mean, you know, mother kind of already covered that. Also, just let it out, let it out, let it out. Anyway,
Let me in.
just let me in,
You
let
really
me
doing
in.
this? I'm afraid.
No, come on, you have to sing
I'll
it.
never be the spy that I once was.
That's the rule. You got to sing this.
And I'll never be strong enough to save the world again.
Oh, this is, by the way, the same. This is like a slowed down version of the second song in this, the one that you know, about like I will be a spy again. You know, gentleman of lies again. I can't remember the exact thing, but that was, you know, the what he sang about you know, when he still had the beard, was in the bar, and you know, was getting back on his feet after Owen.
I'm afraid without the old Curt, the bad guys will win.
Why does all that responsibility have to rest on your shoulders?
My mum told you, my absent father.
Because I'm Agent Curt Mega. I shouldn't need anyone else.
Well, look how well that way of thinking has worked out. I've put my life in danger to save you twice. Everyone needs help, especially in a job like this. You're going to get yourself killed if you don't get everyone who cares about you killed first.
I already have.
How do you mean?
I mean, you got one person killed. That's not everyone who cares about you.
4 years ago, I watched as my partner, Owen, he was killed right in front of me. I couldn't stop it. And that was back when I was the old Curt.
Curt, A spy is a spy. He knew the risks.
A spy is a spy is a
Maybe
spy.
things could have happened differently, yes, but maybe not. You'll never know. You just have to learn to let it go.
That rhymed.
How?
Well, you've already started. By opening up to me. Trust the people who care about you, and who knows? Maybe you'll find a new partner.
I guess that's that's a confession that she does at least care about him.
She's touching my hand.
They got that camera ready for this scene. I will say that one thing that they have over like particularly early Starkid is the cinematography. Late Starkid, they're about the same.
He's looking kind of funny.
Wait, does she think I like her?
Is this because I touched his hand?
Well, I guess
I'll just go with it.
You know, it actually does make a lot of sense that two people who were like raised, to become spies wouldn't be exactly the best at like genuine social cues are the ones that they've like been like trained to mimic, I suppose.
the very first time I saw you 3 or 4
He's
days
so buff.
ago.
He certainly is. Yeah, Ada's missing out. What can I say? Has he said anything in chats? Like,
Nope. Sure
oh
hasn't.
well. Wait until the Deadliest Man Alive comes back again. Aiden really does seem to have a preference for Joe Walker whenever Nick Lang is on screen, which is a lot. Oh, hold on. We've got a couple memes. We haven't got a best of Aiden, but we've got a couple memes in there.
Oh, well.
We
We got something at least. They can be the new Aiden.
The memes can be the new Aiden.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I have to admit, I liked you a bit, but I didn't want you to know.
Deadliest Man. Oh, I guess that's Deadliest Man Alive. Aiden, come back.
I'll say, imagine having your name be Curt, Mega, and be buff. I mean, what a lottery.
I don't know if that's a lottery as much as it is, you know.
What do you mean? Curt Mega sounds like a fictional name.
Yes, but the being buff part is something that obviously he must have worked on for himself. So I'm not sure that's lottery as much as it is,
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of it does rely on genetics, but... I mean,
Well, I guess we won't know how much. Oh, also, Butterbutch is asking a million questions. Wait for it. Butterbutch trying to predict everything. I mean, they're versions of the same thing, but yeah, close enough. Oh my goodness.
No, he was born buff.
I was born. Okay. All right then. You merely adopted the gym lifestyle. I was born in it. Molded by. Anyway.
My milk was protein shakes.
That is horrifying. Anyway, to quote the Little Mermaid, you gotta kiss the girl. Wait for it. There you go.
My first words were, all bodies are beautiful, Batman.
You do you. I don't know. I feel like we're running on one point. Or at least on a hive mind at the very least. I just chilling got a ping by Tree Palm and I was just like, why? Oh, was it about lines or something? It might have been about lines. I don't know.
Pretty cute while you were tied to that chair.
I will say, I think this is the first time we've seen this character smile. I could be wrong there, but it's the first time we've seen, yeah, I don't think Tatiana smiled yet, which is interesting, you know, that she's smiling about the idea of Curt being cute when tied up to a chair. I feel like we're getting more that says more about her than her entire backstory, I think.
Aiden would love this as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he'd love to be the one in the chair, but yeah.
I guess we're doing this. I see that look in your eye. How could I resist? I'm a girl, I'm a guy. It's meant to be because we're both spies. Time to move in for the kiss.
It's meant to be because we're both spies. I guess the joint occupation thing is what, you know, it's those things you got in common, am I right?
Just go with it and don't ask why. I guess we're doing this.
Curtis, I washed your whitey tighties. You want some milk? All right.
Hey, she was gonna let them canoodle before. Now they actually are. She comes back. Come on.
You stole that bomb. You stole my heart.
Not at the same time. That part came later. Anyway.
Did he really just use that line?
Did I just use that line?
And I wanna be where you are all of the time.
All of the time?
Guess that is fine.
Some of the time.
Okay.
And now we're alone in your mother's home. Surely it must be a sign.
I guess we're doing this. Doing it. Might as well try.
Finally.
We heard like Lauren before she appeared. That time the camera wasn't prepared.
I've waited such a long time.
What could go wrong?
Come on, baby.
I guess the mother is being the Sebastian in this situation, saying kiss the girl. So, chat, your wishes have been granted.
Eyes and think of this all.
There's no way they didn't hear that. Oh no, that was it was a bad kiss. Oh dear.
We're not doing this.
You're not my type.
I can tell. So you're into...
Yeah,
Ah,
I thought you...
I wasn't, but the mood suggested.
Of course. I figured when you said...
Not my intention.
Good. Me neither. I just wanted...
Uh-huh. So we're just...
friends. I guess we're not doing this.
We're better as friends. That was not a good kiss.
There we go, yeah.
I don't mean to offend.
It's great to know that we don't have to pretend. You're cool with me.
Till the end. But let's never do this again.
I'm happy to have you as my friend.
And again, awkwardness until the very end. Interesting that, you know, in a moment there, she seemed like, oh, so you're into, yes, can you tell us, like, that might have some implications, but, oh, well, never mind. Oh, okay. Seems like, KW's off. All right. You came for the romance scene, and that was, and left as soon as it ended with the non-romance. All right, then. Fair enough, I see. You've got your own romance to attend within Baldur's Gate. Never mind. Platonic spy buddies. I like to imagine that like the same situation played out 4 years ago with Owen. Can you imagine?
What I do, so you can do what you do. And while you're saving the world, who do you think think we'll be planning your wedding?
You know something? I've realized, Lauren Lopez's typecast changed from young boys and old men to to mothers slash undesirable teens in quotes.
So what should I be looking for?
Well, this guy's a master of disguise, so really anything. A waiter, a blackjack dealer, a waiter. I'll tell you what, though, he sure gets off on drawing attention to himself.
Which would probably be a really bad thing if it weren't for the fact that you're the other spies in the room.
Like that man there?
Oh, you sly dog. All right, buddy. Brakes alone.
She said her husband was away on business.
You're late, Mega.
I think the skin-colored patch in the middle of that dress is meant to imply that it's actually supposed to be open.
You're a man? No, Oh, my career, my children.
Shit. You blew my
Well, it is the 70s, so I guess that did matter.
cover. Thanks a lot. You have a mustache. And couldn't he feel your penis? I don't mess around when it comes to my job. I talk.
Holy shit.
I will say drag queens would probably make for a good secret agent, or at least for a good cover.
You make quite a woman.
Thank you, ma'am. Your boyfriend here doesn't seem to think so, though.
Boyfriend, when did you two start dating?
Barb, you made it. Come here.
You might want to answer the question first, but sure.
Ah, the famous Barb. Thank you for saving Curt's life. He told me everything. You're a good...
For a spy, he's a very open book. He tells me everything, which is not good, but we'll pretend like it is for now.
friend.
Aw, look at us. The whole gang's back together. For the first time.
Well, this is normally the part where I distribute the agency briefings and weapons, but seeing as how we're all traitors to our country, I'm at a loss for how to proceed.
I have an idea. Let's see what Barb thinks.
Okay, well, I managed to sneak a few things out of the lab before I left, but it's not much. I got 2 guns, 3 extra clips, 1 poison tip knife, a set of reloadable stun darts for your watch, and 1 brown rocket shoe.
Sounds like a lot to me.
Hold on. 1 brown rocket shoe. What happened to the... I think he used the other one at some point, but I don't know.
She was almost
We're going
caught.
up
She was in a
against 2
hurry.
very dangerous men. We'll need all the firepower
Either
we
that
can
or she
muster to
thought
contain
that she
the
got both and then was checking her bag on her way here and was like, oh, shoot.
It's going to be revenge for Curt wearing the black shoes the whole time. He has to now wear mismatched ones instead.
We'll have to fight at the top of our game if we want to stay alive.
We do. We want to stay alive.
Yes.
Here. Now, it's very important.
Cool, Barb. I'd like to say something.
Oh, no.
As you all know, this job takes a toll.
This kind of reminds me of the scene in Guide in like musicals where Ted stops Paul and Emma from running away. And it's like, Paul, I gotta say something. I'm gonna vow to be a good person right now. I need you to hear this.
All the roles.
Before things immediately went wrong.
A nurse and a tyrant. A paperboy in Colombia.
They have the same accent as each other.
A waiter in the Budapest. Bit by bit, a lifetime of pretend adds up until you look in the mirror and you don't recognize the stranger who is staring back at you.
Which is why I'm now betraying you all. Bang, 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 bang.
But if that's what it takes for me to keep my country safe, then gosh darn it, I'm gonna do it.
Then don't take the wig off.
Get me in there, coach.
What?
And I'll do what I do. What? I'll do what I do. No. I'll do what I do best. Accents.
You guys are my best friends.
All right, team.
Team, huh?
That's right. Tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a day. Now listen.
By the way, Bob just hugged his gun wound.
I'm not gonna put the lipstick on the pig here. Some of us may not make it out alive.
Oh,
I won't.
But if we're gonna fight this one last battle together,
I thought Bob was about to say like, "Oh, I won't question that. I will happily be the one that dies," or something.
I'm grateful to have you, my friends, by my side. And thank you for believing in me.
Spots for
Yes,
toast.
he's so good at
Shots for
teasing.
everyone.
And another. Another.
Yeah. No one's playing the waiter right now, so that doesn't work.
One more shot is all we have. One more shot. Let's take a stand. One more shot. We got work to do. I used to think I could do this by myself. I was fine. I didn't need any help.
I was just thinking to myself right now that the way that they end up like fooling themselves would just be that they get blind drunk and they completely forget to complete their mission. There's an episode of Blackadder that has that exact same plot, and it seems like he's strutting his funky stuff right now, so that could happen.
My way, I lost hope, forgot the dream until I found you guys. Now I'm part of the team. If I feel weak, I know you'll pick up my slack. If you fall, you know I got your back. This is it. This is it. Let's give it all we got. No regrets. No regrets. Let's give it one more shot. This is for the mission that we set out to do. This is for me, and this is for you.
This is for my family so far away. Try to keep up, guys. You're such lightweights.
I mean, great, but okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep count of how many shots they take. I think we're on 3 so far.
This is for my first time out in the field. I can't believe how crazy I feel.
Shots.
This is for. I forgot what I was going to say.
If you're gonna have one shot each, you don't need all those bottles. This is not going to go well.
Okay, one more shot, let's give it a go.
5,
One more shot, let's rock and roll.
6,
One more shot, I'm feeling the blow.
7.
I think I'm stealing the show.
One more shot, gonna make it right.
8.
One more shot to win the fight.
9. Oh, wait, I guess not taking them. I won't count these.
I feel so good inside.
Okay, now it's definitely 8, 9, 10. God.
I feel the feeling coming
Well, those
back to
are
me
significantly
now.
more than shots.
Well, they could be taking like shot, shot volume sips.
Get up, down, the dead up, the down.
I'm getting stronger, no more messing around.
It's time to get it up.
I mean, you save the feeling for tone to you, right? But with all that alcohol, it's gonna leave you very soon.
Get down.
One more shot, I'm on top of the world.
One more shot, you drink like a girl. One more shot, I'm feeling frisky.
Why are you not feeling
Where's
frisky?
my whiskey?
You guys, I got something to say. You guys are great.
Thanks, Curt, that means a lot. You wanna maybe have another shot?
No!
Another
11.
round, another pour.
Barb, have you been with a woman before?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's gross.
One more shot.
Have another,
13.
got to have another, gotta have another, got to have another, gotta
Give me
have
more,
another.
give me another.
No, do not give you any more. You've had enough. Where is the bartender in this scene? A 6-second pour is a shot, not speaking from experience or anything. Well, I mean, I guess that depends on how fast you pour, obviously.
I feel like it also would depend on, like, because, like, depending on how full the bottle is, if you pull it back further, it's going to be more.
That is, yeah, that's true as well. I'm counting every time Curt says and another as one of them, so we're at 19 now.
One more shot, we totally rule. One more shot, we get the tool. One more shot,
You guys are cool.
one more shot.
I like how like the harmonies are sort of there, but not really. Because again, when you're drunk, your singing becomes shouting a lot of the time. Can't tell you how many times at university I've been trying to get to sleep and I just hear drunk students yelling song lyrics outside, not even singing them.
I hope no one dies.
You're really setting yourselves up for this. Last time you hoped someone wouldn't die, they immediately died.
One more and another shot.
20.
I feel your pain.
Okay, before we continue, I'm just going to check the chat. Let's see. Whose verse is your favorite in this? I used to be obsessed with Tatiana's. My favorite is the Informer Psychosis Barbs. They shine in this song. I think I'm probably going to have to go with Barb's particularly. You know, she has a lot of reasons to let go in the scene. She didn't get an opening up scene before.
Pain deeply, gentlemen, and understand all too well what it's like to lose a leader you love. He was more than just a figurehead. He was a good man. A friend who shuffled off this mortal coil too soon.
Let us toast his memory to Torgelfjörgen.
Torgelfjörgen.
Oh.
And now to business, gentlemen.
And to his wife and sister, Jindafjörgen, who was trampled to death in the riots.
The majestic Jindafjörgen.
Jinda.
I guess that's how we're dealing with the rest of the royal family line not being around.
Very sad. Please, gentlemen, to business.
And to his bastard brother, and only possible successor, Brian Doyle Fjörgen.
Oh, I guess the sister didn't count that. Okay, fine. I guess we have male line of succession. Fair enough.
Who was killed in a freak airplane accident just this morning.
Brian Doyle Fjörgen.
It seems like everyone's already being taken care of in this situation. Dennis Manline wasn't even required for this mission.
Gentlemen, we have a country to rebuild, please.
I'm sorry, Nazi. It's such a sad day. I'm not myself.
Deepest apologies for my tardiness, Prime Minister. Oh, hey.
And you are?
I am Bertolus, the royal notary. The royal notarizer. The other guy was sick, with sadness. So sad about our twins. Sadness.
Bertolus, of course. How could I forget? Yes.
I do not have all day, gentlemen, please.
No, listen.
That wasn't a 6-8 that was like some random spray.
I'm sorry, Nazi. I don't think we're in a place that we can elect another leader as wonderful as our blessed Prince Fjörgen.
A shining light for all Prussian Slaviskins extinguished too soon.
A man who's not here, but should be.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I know I can't convince you to replace your prince, and trust me, you have my sympathy. But the guy was killed. You need to rebuild. Oh, wait, I've just had an epiphany.
What a surprise.
But if my Nazi friends made you strong again, you could use a helping hand. Your country's at its knees, time for a reprise. The Nazis are not so bad.
I'm just gonna point. Oh, so there we go, reprise, right there. That's how they seem to say it as well.
I still find that weird. I've always said reprise.
No, I've also heard reprise, mostly because of Mr. Perfect Cell. You know, any of the Dragon Ball Z Bridge fans here, but yeah. So again, I've heard it both ways.
Ground, but turns that frown upside down.
Nazis are not so bad.
That's right, no need to sell your soul. Just give us control.
The Nazis, they're not so bad. Yeah.
Okay, I guess Lauren's typecast was still somewhat in effect. I should have mentioned brought that back.
Yes, I should take the reins. I've got a bigger brain. You know it's true, so don't be mad.
Oh, he's so big and strong.
And I love this song. The Nazis are not so bad.
And the chat surprisingly agrees with the loving the song part.
Nazis are not so bad.
I almost said the chat agrees without giving context. Agrees with the song thing.
Nazis are not so bad. Nazis are not so. Nazis are not so. Nazis.
I'm surprised Lauren's character can stand right now to dance.
Nazis are not so.
Not so bad.
Oh, so this is how America and the UK started supporting Israel recently.
Ah, yes, this is how in the 1970s. It took them a while.
We shall begin flooding the populace with Nazi propaganda this very day.
Sir, you're forgetting about your Nazi super castle again.
I'm so forgetful. Mr. Deadliest Man, I
Nope,
wouldn't
that
get
makes
Oh, that's
anything
such a
done
good
if it
point.
wasn't
You know
for
what I
you.
always, I
Prime
never really
Minister,
thought about this before, but whenever governments are talking, right? We all know propaganda exists, right? But question, when they're talking about propaganda, do you think they're openly like, okay, what's the propaganda for this week, guys? Like, how do they talk about propaganda? I've always wondered what it's
I'm
like
fairly
behind closed
certain.
doors.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, they might either use that word. They might not even have to. They might just know what they're all about.
We
That's
believe it
fair.
is necessary to our new national morale if we announce our presence in a big field.
Yeah, sorry to inform you,
Thus leaving-
Spencer, but the people in control like to be in control.
Like to begin construction on the new Nazi
Also,
capital.
yes, I see what the watermelon means. We support not genocide here. I tell you that much.
Yeah, hold on. What? I missed the watermelon part.
So the watermelon is representative of Palestine.
Okay.
That's a big fruit for them, I believe.
I
And
see.
so yeah, whenever people are talking about the genocide of Palestinians right now, the watermelon tends to be pretty accompanied.
Okay. Fair enough. Propaganda exists. I would probably say that counts as positive propaganda because it's designed to influence people in a certain way, but at least this time
Sure,
it's used
yeah.
positively.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah, not all propaganda is bad, but I think when most people talk about propaganda, we generally talk about a very specific kind.
Propaganda is not so bad.
Immediately.
Of course, whatever you need.
Well, all we need is your signature right here on this deed. Thank you.
There is no way that counts. There is no way that's going to be recognizable in any way. When the ink went over the paper.
And of course, the royal notary. Thank you.
Wait, what? Oh, I guess I'll maybe like a stamp or something in his fit. I don't know.
Hold it.
I will say that was my workaround as well for school because they had to like get a clarification for something and they refused. So you had to like agree that something was your name and you had to sign your name as well. And so obviously it's my legal name and I'm like, well, that's not my name. So I just did a check mark because I knew what they meant, but I was not gonna hurt my pride to that level.
Oh, okay. I thought it was about the stamp thing. All right.
No, so I did a little check mark,
Smell a traitor.
and then they called me into the office eventually, and they're like, "Hey, you never signed this." I'm like, "You know, that's what the check mark is for." And they're like, "No, but you need to sign your name." I'm like, Does it have to be my legal name?
I mean, they
they're
did
like,
give you express instructions, so from their perspective, of course, it would have to be.
Yeah, and they're like, yes, it has to be your legal name. So instead of signing any name at all, I just like scribbled some lines up and down a little bit and said, "Here you go."
Okay.
I smell a traitor.
That somehow works,
And
by the
he's
way.
in this very room. Right now.
Yes.
What? 3, 5, 4, fame! One of these men is not who they seem to be.
Oh, you ruined it.
What is it? What is them famous or something? I don't know.
That stench. It's on both of them. There's something not right about these two.
Stop it this instant! Why? I've known these two men my entire life. Bertilus and I were schoolboys together. I'm proud to call them my countrymen.
Mega and the girl, they're here.
That's right. We're here to stop you.
Get out of here now. Go. Go.
Come on, but go after them. Go after them. What? We
I mean, they've got guns pointing, so I mean, it kind of.
just started a very amiable working relationship with them. We
I
need
can't
them.
look at his facial
Here's
expression
another thing
anytime he's looking at the Nazi. He's like, "Are you crazy? What do you mean go after them?"
Yeah.
Don't need.
I was not expecting that.
You mean you did not see that coming? I know they made that joke earlier. Whatever.
Stabbed in the back, literally. To Mr. Deadliest Man.
What? No.
What was that?
Was that meant to be like? Was that meant to be like the sand thing where you have like sand in your pocket and you throw in the eyes, but it like missed?
Maybe. I guess possibly. But also, I just love the fact that like the foam knife just started like bending, so it was being used.
Yeah, Abby's saying the same thing. Pocket sand. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, my. Quite a lot of effort to get my hands on this little thing.
For a piece of paper? I can't figure you out, man.
No, you really can't, can you? But I've had you figured out from the start. Personal history does have its benefits, Mega.
Ah.
I knew this was coming. I called it.
So you're gonna go in? Yeah, he's gonna check over the mark.
I love how it looks like he's choking on it.
I mean, yeah.
That reminded me a lot of the scene in Jim Carrey's Grinch, where
What,
it's
when
like
his heart's growing.
No, with the silhouette in the cave.
Okay.
Whenever he's taking like his shower,
Right.
he's making a bunch of monster noises.
Owen?
Oh, suddenly she dropped her accent, and I guess she also knew Owen, who beforehand was only mentioned theoretically. Okay, that raises more questions than him being deadest man alive.
Hello, Curt. Long time no see. The deadliest man alive. Oof. What a
Well,
juicy character, right?
technically you had seen each other for quite a while beforehand. You just didn't know that it was each other.
Well, but actually, yeah, oh wait, yeah, that's true because they've had like run-ins in the past, haven't they? Although now I think about it, Curt was out of action for 4 years, so that must have been like a recurring character beforehand. Okay.
If it hadn't been for my spot-on aim and interest in foreign policy, well, I might have been an actor. Well, it takes quite a bit of discipline to research and rehearse a role.
Oh, that's so true, dude. The Spies, everyone thinks of them as like super cool. It has to just be a bunch of theater kids. It has to be.
I really like that idea now. So if we ever do a project about like a spy agency or some kind, we have to model them all off of like how theater kids interact with each other.
God, that'd be so good.
Perfect, yeah.
Lights go up, and it's showtime. You're ready. Or we can just do things your way and simply wing it. But we all know how that turns out, right?
How are you here? Why are you here? I watched you fall. You're dead.
Ah, well, part of me is. Hell, I probably spent as much time hating you as you did. Then I realized what that night had taught me. Perhaps putting the fate of the world in the hands of an arrogant, impulsive brute is simply not the best option.
So you felt asking the Nazis for help would be a good idea?
Oh, no. I've been manipulating von Nazi from the very beginning. The fool was an expendable puppet. Look at me! I keep glitter up my sleeves! Waka waka! No,
Oh, there you go. So it was pocket glitter. not pocket
Waka
sand.
waka.
Okay.
Did you catch that?
Yes, I caught that.
No. His plan was merely a prologue. We haven't even reached our second act climax yet.
Oh, by the way, last week, someone in the chat mentioned that the Deadest Man Alive's Cockney accent being off was actually significant. So I guess that was why.
Our? Well, you see, after my accident, I met someone who invited me into the fold of a little group he's been organizing.
Fortunately, he was also a nurse.
Inventors, entrepreneurs, politicians mostly. I've gotten very close with its director and done quite a bit of networking in our industry. Damn, I really should have been an actor. You see, the attendees of this little society are all pooling their collective influences and wealth to try and create a better world. We call ourselves Chimera.
Okay, so the idea of
Oh my
pulling
god, you said
people
the thing,
together
I get the
again,
reference,
making
I get the reference, oh!
Yeah.
The fire-breathing creature from Greek mythology,
Body of a lion and head of goat and dragon.
I just said I got the
With
reference.
wings and a
Yeah, well, you said that. Don't know if they did.
tail that is a snake.
We got a little bit of everything. Well done, you two. Curt always had a penchant for surrounding himself with colleagues smarter than himself.
This chimera was what? Funding von Nazi schemes?
Oh, very good, Curt. Finally catching up with the rest of us.
But what use is a Nazi nation to chimera?
I don't have all day for your bird brain to figure it out, Curt.
Don't you? Where do you have to be right now?
Birds. Little birdies. His scientist developing. You are after the technology.
Pop goes the weasel, an advanced Nazi information surveillance network to collect and archive state secrets.
Why drag this out till now if you've had it the entire time?
Yes, but I didn't yet have this.
The deed to build the Nazi castle on the Prussian land.
It's not what's on the land, my boy, but what's under it.
But if you need the signature from the royal notary in order to officiate that, then you just realize that that's not the real notary, so that won't apply anymore.
Dirt.
No. Rocks? Closer.
Dinosaurs.
No, the largest wealth of pure, unmined, natural silicon the world has ever seen.
I mean, we'll mine it all, and the quarry shall extend for 10 miles, and we'll turn the mountain into a valley. A silicon valley, if you will.
I would say it's goofy, but also it's fairly realistic, actually. I can totally see them doing things like this. I mean, that's what the oil was for a while anyways.
Yeah, I do know for a fact that the Nazis did actually have specific mines that they actually used in Spain, particularly. In fact, there's actually a particular there's like a toxic lake that people they're like, I forgot like what mineral it was, like wolframium or something like that, that they were mining around there, and now the whole area is toxic. And a few years ago, a few Instagrammers thought it was a good idea to start bathing there because the photos would look good.
Oh.
Yeah, you can imagine how that went.
Don't you get it? Those stores of silicon beneath the Earth's crust will allow us to mass produce von Nazi's technology and deploy his system on a global scale. I'd have all the world's secrets.
That is true. Most transistors used in computers actually are made of silicon. I wonder if they started that at this point. They probably did. They did, yeah.
I'd be God. Know what a role that would be, eh?
My government will never allow this.
Not even the Soviets will.
Well, not at first, no. Everybody likes to do the watching, but nobody likes to be watched.
You can't just invade the privacy of civilians without reason or suspicion.
Well, I like to think we're just turning...
It's a very modern 21st century idea here.
everyone into a spy. They just aren't aware of it.
Good thing we're here to stop you. Give it up.
What?
The technology, the surveillance network. We're gonna destroy it.
It's an Owen spin-off.
You bloody idiots! It's not just some case file or something you can hold in your hand. The current system is as big as an entire warehouse, nay, compound. And it's filled with enormous computing consoles. And it takes up an entire island in the Pacific Ocean. Well,
And we kind of know what he was up to, Abby.
terribly late for dinner with my new friends.
And another. And
Bit of advice,
another.
dear. If you choose to work with the infamous Curt Mega, take caution. His partners don't tend to last. Always
I mean, I don't know about that.
on a high note, they say. Well, the fate of the world is in your hands, Curt. Are you gonna go after me? Or are you gonna go after the machine? I think I know which one you'll choose. Oh, and Tatiana, don't slip up.
She wasn't there. She won't get that reference. The fact he slipped up and on appeal and, you know, fell and had an accident. So, just saying that to her doesn't really work.
I guess this is where my story ends.
Unless she was there. Ooh.
Huh? In the old socialist, new democratic...
Saying the name was too much.
I'll locate the island and destroy the system.
No. I should be the one. I need to be the one.
What you need is to go after Owen.
It's more dramatic for the climax of the of the play.
Thank you, partner.
Go.
Or you can stay and sing. That works too. I will just be in the corner. I don't have to be anywhere either. You do you. Oh, okay. Now all I'm thinking of is the scene where like in the Guide to like musicals where they appear and it's like, oh my goodness, they got the professor. We need to leave. Shall we take this table? Yeah, I'll bring the chair too. Oh, another reprise time. Smash reprise.
Decide who will be saved. Who do you trust? Who do you betray? Will I live to see tomorrow or die another day?
I don't know if I mentioned that Die Another Day was the name of a James Bond film last time, but just in case, yeah, it is.
Hey, one step ahead. How it's always been. No matter what you do.
Man, it's like a Batmobile chase sequence, except stupid.
Holy spitty chairs, Batman!
I'm sorry, my old friend, but I'm still here after all those years. When you thought I was dead, I was one step ahead.
I can't hear you. The wind is too strong. What are you singing?
Curt, are you okay? It's just me, Barb.
What happened to you guys?
No time to explain. I need you to search for an island the size of a compound that could store hundreds of computing systems.
Easy! I've actually already been researching locations that fit that exact criteria. See, I've been
Why?
this technology that could revolutionize. Found one! Wait a second. There's already a facility built on this island.
I know. We have to blow it up.
You better hope that is the island that you're looking for.
Here's the thing. I don't think there's any way for them to succeed. Because it's clear that what they're referencing is modern technology. Which means that for it to be modern, it must still be standing by the end of this, right?
Unless what they did here was merely delay the implementation of that technology until later.
Suppose, but then the first song, remember, it implied that these two would kill each other, so I feel like the end of the play
their plight can very much be resolved with one way or the other. Yeah.
Well, sure, but with that, and then you also have the more modern technology being implied here, I feel like this play's destined to just end in a stalemate, you know?
Maybe, although between these two, a stalemate doesn't seem entirely possible right now. For the rest of the world, yes.
Again. Ooh,
I'm surprised they both went for both staffs here, but you know, that works.
Curt, and pretend to be a hero again. Typical jerk. What
Wow.
happened to the man I knew? It's a little late for an interview. Feeling a lot of deja vu again. It's time for you to feel the
Okay.
revenge.
Just they both have people hiding the weapons, sure.
She's going to taste so sweet. Oh, body. Oh, pow.
I like to think that off-screen they both agreed with, like, dueling terms, so it's like an honorable fight.
That would make a lot of sense for these two, actually. And they just happen to pick people from the facilities to help them with this. And also, I will also say it seems like I don't know if like the sound effects of the swords were like mixed like live or they actually were used separately. It seems like they were probably added in post.
Again, one step ahead.
Or maybe not. There's a bit of a delay, actually.
You played me from the start. Look at you, without a clue. You know you broke my heart. One step ahead. I'm sorry, my old friend. Don't deny I was the better spy.
you were dead. One step ahead.
They both have bulletproof vests, so...
Found it. Super! You know there's no explosives in that, right? Then we'll just shove this inside. I can't see what it is. I only have an audio signal. It's the bomb Nazi had me steal. I thought it might come in handy.
You thought it might come in handy. I guess you didn't, like, deliver it to anyone. Alright, sure.
Barbara, are you there?
Mrs. Mega.
Tati, thank goodness. Listen, girls, I'm in
How did she get on this line?
big trouble over here.
Really? Okay.
And they told me, hand to God, that they will kill me if I don't give my jello mold to the shuffleboard tourney. And it's just not gonna set if I don't get this gosh darn refrigerator to work.
Someone hang up on her, please.
Fridge? Shit. What's wrong? The shoe requires a 4-digit security code.
Did
you try plugging it in? No, I have to get those numbers from you. What's the make and size? Grenzen Broke size. Wait, 1 second.
Tati, I'm making the seating chart for the wedding. Do you want to sit next to Janice, or do you
2878, plug that in. Bingo! Yes, let's do this.
Oh, aren't I a real bonehead? It was unplugged.
Okay, that works too.
Shit!
You know, I like to think that Curt did that because he knew that she was gonna call the landline.
One step ahead, one step ahead. It's how it's always been. Can't let you. I'm still here after all those years, and I'm better than you again. This is the end. One step ahead, one step ahead.
I mean, did they? I guess they landed, sure.
No one's innocent, my friend. You lost your mind, and you've been blind. Now we're at the end. This is what you made me do. This is it. We're done. We're through. Nothing left to say to you.
Oh no, that's where the peel was before.
Oh no, he has the high ground, Anakin.
Also, I just noticed the band as well.
Don't try it.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Told you, yeah. Oh, I guess that doesn't get a sound effect. Or it does.
Time to take your final bow, Curt.
My team is destroying your island facility as we speak.
I mean, you probably don't want to tell him that, but sure. Funny how the musical ends here. Yeah, that's it. That's the final scene, everyone. No, nothing else. Bear in mind, we can see the timeline this time, so that joke doesn't work as well as it normally does. Oh my goodness. I'm a big cry. I can't go through this again. Too bad. If Curt goes through this a second time, so do you.
Oh, also, just because this did raise an alarm last time, I assume this isn't from TinCanBros, the video we're watching. I assume you compiled this. Oh wait, yes, because I can see the logo down there. So,
yeah.
So because you guys were asking about this last time, remember what we watch on here is not necessarily views to them. So if you do want to give some extra views to them, feel free to watch the source videos again.
Oh yeah. The playlist is always in the description. Yeah.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed. Yeah. What I probably could have done is like start this one at Act 2, but it starts at Act 1 in this episode, in this video too. But yeah.
Because we are enjoying the musical. So if you want to support them, then feel free to go down there.
Absolutely. Yeah, this video is privatized, so it's not like I, just published an Act 2 randomly for no reason. Also, apparently 2878 equals Curt. I guess what you mean is like on a number pad with like letters applied to certain numbers. But you know what? I guess
C is 3.
Well, why would okay, C is the third letter of the alphabet, but why then would U and T be the same letter? Like, Although now think about it, C would be like number 1 on like a typical like.
Oh,
number
you know what? They're probably
letter.
they probably said his like spy code before, and it was that number, and we didn't.
Okay, yeah. Oh, maybe actually. Anyway, I've watched the source videos too many times. Also, I read this like Saf as in like Sapphic for a second, but resume it Spies Are Forever. Okay, all right.
Nope,
then.
that's spelled with a P.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's my favorite musical. Fair enough. Okay. I can see why.
Your surveillance network is fried. There'll be no encore tonight. For you.
Should have been an actor. Would have got his encore.
Oh no, we got chat going.
About no.
Sapphics.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sapphic, Curt, and Wen. So Sapphic, Curt, Wen. Sorry, I read that wrong.
I like the evolution between these two as spy best friends, to them being gay, to them also being lesbians later.
Again, if between Curt and Tatiana they had like a scene where it's like, oh, I guess we're doing this. Who's to say in the time that these two knew each other? I don't know.
But what are the others?
There's more?
How does it feel to know you'll never catch up with us?
It's not too late to fix this.
My favorite trope, Spanksa.
Hmm?
Lovers to enemies to lesbians.
So they started off as lovers, they end up as lovers, but after they've both transitioned. Okay.
It's so good. I might steal that for a project one day.
Oh, dearie me. Who knows? Maybe for the theater kids spy agency, one of the characters, who happens to be the one who dons much disguises, decides like, oh, wait a minute, it actually feels more comfortable in these disguises than it does otherwise. It is very interesting also that in this musical, that the actor that ended up transitioning happens to be the one who was like questioning who they were outside that in reality after donning so many different forms that were fake the whole time. I don't know.
You can pull some strings.
Still don't see it, do you, Curt? There won't be any agency to go back to once the system is global. I'm going to single-handedly dismantle everything you've ever believed in.
We used to share those beliefs. Think of the missions we served. The lives we saved. The impact we had on this world. Together. Two of the greatest spies to ever live. And you consider that. And you look me in the eyes and you tell me you don't believe we're making a difference.
The future is happening, Curt, and it's not going to wait for you. What use will one man be when a box in a room can do his job in seconds, huh?
Sounds boring.
That is even more apt now with Gen AI.
Yeah. Apart from like the fact that it wouldn't be a box in this situation, but yeah.
Well, no, it's still being ran by servers and stuff.
Okay.
And I've invented fire.
I'll stop you.
You'll do your best. Once a spy, always a spy, forever, whatever. The warmest hello to the coldest goodbye. Remember.
I mean, one thing that he's not remembering right now is the fact that he did all of this to get the deed to build up the land in like the democratic, republic of the whatever or something. So as long as that paper does not leave this island, they will not have the resources to mine the silicon that they need to use in any of these facilities, regardless of how many there are.
I remember. Spies never die. A new world awaits us.
Oh, I hate that. In a good way. But like, if you pay attention to where his gun was before and where it is now, before he was aiming at the chest, and now he's aiming at the head.
Okay.
A world without agencies, a world without spies, a world without secrets.
Some secrets aren't yours to share. What about our secret? The time we shared. The feelings we had.
There you go. Now he's aiming at the chest again.
Each other.
No, it's still higher than it was before. Okay, now he's lowering it down to the chest. He's like inching it closer, but it's it could be symbolic, but could also represent his like personal weighing of whether he wants to really end this or not.
Also, once again, I was kidding earlier, but I seem to have once again willed something into existence. Okay.
Right, because maybe it's like, hey, shoot him in the chest, I could end this, but also he has a chance of surviving.
Yeah, well, that depends. I too have seen that episode of BBC Sherlock.
That secret died the night you left me for dead.
Back to the head.
Clearly. Here's some advice, Curt.
Also, like I said before, it was the 70s. I guess that mattered then.
It's called moving on. Do give it a try. You know, killing me won't take the system offline, so...
No, but you can recover the deed, and then you won't have anything to resources to go... Again, you know, Owen's not keeping up right now.
Doing.
Taking your advice.
I love this, by the way, you know. Curt at the beginning, I killed Owen. Curt at the end, I killed Owen.
Now, it should be noted, again, to the chest and head thing, whenever he finally pulled out his gun in the end there, it wasn't towards the chest. He immediately aimed for the most final spot he could, which was interesting.
He was also pointing his gun at Owen beforehand, that like when they're both aiming at each other.
Yes.
I think at that point they were still pointing at each other's chests as if they, you know, that they were both like, you know, thinking with the hearts, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, wait a minute, we've got to use our head right now, or rather the other person's.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Well, of course we authorized it. Yes. No, thank you, Johnny. What? What impression?
Abby, my heart.
He aimed for his head, but he got us in the heart. And Kurt's to blame.
All right, it was me. Oh, it was a joke. Get over yourself. Well, I'm very good at impressions. You want to hear one? It's got to be someone from Boston. I'll call you back, Mr. President.
I had a really horrible feeling that the sound was going to cut out, and I hadn't rendered this video properly for a second, but we're good.
Well, first off,
Okay, maybe that is something weird, because like it's weird to have like this level of silence. I'm not used to like no static or anything. It just feels like pure silence in some of these like segments.
That might be on purpose though, because you got to think, right? We just saw like a tragic death, so maybe this is them trying to.
No, I mean like editing wise, like technically in the video, when I said that, when I mean like pure sounds, like the entire sound has been muted in post, rather than, you know, them just like having some pauses in between.
Oh, I can hear the audio. I just can't hear any music or anything.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm not. I don't care about that part. Yeah.
I can hear him talking.
I know you two were close. Second
Yeah,
of all,
cut out completely there.
Ow! That's for embarrassing me at the gala. Third of all, what do you want?
Like even when a stage is completely silent, sometimes they act as a silent. You'll hear like a cough from the audience, or rustle a chair or something, but no, nothing here.
I'm here to give my 2 weeks notice.
Oh, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because you cannot quit a job you don't work at. Remember at the gala in Geneva when you went rogue and fucked everything up? By the way, does your clearance badge still work? Susan?
I mean, hey, I guess Susan survived. Nice. Every time.
I must say, thanks to your little clusterfuck, our diplomatic relationship with Russia is the best it's been in years. And you
I think around 1974 was actually when the US and Russia actually did a project together, like in space at some point. I think the ISS one sort of started around this time, I believe.
can wipe that smug fucking smile off your face. One victory in battle does not win you the war.
Always end on a high note, they say.
You are too optimistic for this line of work, Mega. Me? I don't kid myself. This business is changing faster than you can say Larry Olivier looks like a lesbian laundry lady. Nerds in lab coats, soon they'll be running the show. Crunching numbers, giving orders, makes me sick. But no choice but to take these changes in stride. It's how I've survived for so long.
A little bit of poison every day, huh?
I would wink and give you a thumbs up if I wasn't too old for that childish bullshit. All right. Good luck, Mega. Oh, I left you a little...
It just kind of occurred to me that's probably why a lot of the a lot of spy movies and such are set around this time period rather than trying to make something too modern. Apart from James Bond, that they try to evolve that with the times and again comment on the fact that everything's changing so quickly.
Little present in your breast pocket.
In fact, this came out a year after Spectre, which means that which was again 4 years after Skyfall, where that was almost the entire point that the 00 program was so obsolete there was almost no point continuing it.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a grenade. It's live. I have the pin.
And I guess that's testing reflexes again. I forgot she did that. Okay, fine.
I did not hear. What did she say?
It's a grenade. It's live. I have the pin.
No, not that. I mean, her mouth clearly moved after he ducked and everything.
Ah, now you believe me about the silences.
I didn't notice it that way before.
So,
Well, you do now.
they kicked you to the curb too, eh, Barb? I guess that was my fault, huh? But listen, I don't regret a thing, and neither should you.
Oh no, I still have a job. They just merged my tech division with the agency's general data analysis division.
Oh, well that sounds,
Boring, I know.
Actually, I was gonna say interesting. For you.
Yeah.
Because you're into that shit, right? I have no idea. I was just trying to make you feel better.
Oh gosh darn it, I'm gonna miss you, Curt.
You're gonna miss me too. But listen, I got work for you. From the inside, when I'm gone, we have a job to do. And I'm gonna keep you real busy.
Oh, Curt, you naughty boy. You're gonna make a bad girl out of me.
Barb, are you having a stroke?
Oh, you were. Sorry. Yes, I'd be...
Yeah, this is kind of what I imagine Tessa Netting's character in Bunked was like. I haven't seen that show too much.
honored. Anything for you. Knock 'em dead, Mega.
Is this spot taken?
Yep. Oh,
I thought he was going to have the beard again for some reason.
hey.
Hi.
Yeah, it's taken. No, seriously, it's taken. You know what? We'll just walk. This guy, every day, acts like he owns the bench. Doesn't even work here. Oh, me too. Nah. Here, I got you some coffee.
Thank you. Whiskey. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
That would be mine.
Yep.
I'm glad to see you're back to your old self. It's no easy task burying your ex-lover returned from the grave to kill you.
You know, I'm not sure who, but
I know that from experience. If I had a nickel for every time.
a good friend of mine once said, a spy is a spy. Now, I think what that means is there's certain risks that come with the job. It's just what you sign up for.
Curt. I told you that.
You did. Hey, you knocked it out of the park with that whole island compound thing. We make a hell of a team.
Yeah, we do, but I hear you're not playing for any team anymore.
I think it's best if I
mean, is she playing for a team right now? Because she was trying to get freed from her other place right now. What? I don't know.
stay off the
What's her
grid.
deal,
It's safer
apparently?
for everyone.
You're a good man, Curt Mega. Your heart is in the right place. Just remember to listen to it from time to time.
I mean, you did get shot there like multiple times, so listen, we need to go to the hospital as well.
I almost forgot. Passports for you and your family. Just before you go through any immigration checkpoints, make sure there's not a save the date stuffed inside.
Oh, does she actually also know, like does he know everyone in her family?
Curt!
Don't thank me, thank my mom.
But it's because of you that I had the opportunity to destroy that compound and erase my past.
Oh, so it happened to be that was the very compound. Good to know that it wasn't one of the rest that Owen mentions.
Now that there are no more little birdies to worry about, we are free.
Oh, we didn't tell her. Okay, all right, I see now.
Ah,
My family
about
and I can
that.
start to the clean slate.
Tatiana, there's... Give me a ring if you're ever stateside.
Will do.
Oh, one more thing.
Shoot.
Was my beard really that ugly? I worked really hard in maintaining it. Personally, I think it made me look really cool.
I think you don't need to hide behind a beard to make you look cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to Aiden, I know what slang beard is for, which actually applies to this character a lot more now. I know that.
But you didn't answer the question.
No się drużby.
To moving forward.
The phone ringing outside. Out of.
Mega here. Oh, hey, Mom.
What is a public phone like that? Like, okay.
Curtis, I know it's been a rough day for you, but I got a bit of bad news. I was able to patch up 3 of the bullet holes in your shirt, but there was just one bloodstain that will not come out. Might be time to retire this one, bub.
That's okay, Mom. You know what? I think I want to start fresh. In fact, will you make a to-do list and put it on the fridge for me?
Oh, thank God. You are your mother's son. I would be honored.
1, a trip to Barney Goodman for a new suit. 2, stock the bar. And 3, take down Chimera.
Curtis.
Yeah. What was that? What was that last one? I didn't hear. You moved away from the phone. You can't do that.
We talked about this. You're quitting that pesky job and settling
Speaker
down with that
doesn't
nice
exist
writing girl.
yet.
Mom, a spy's work is never done.
All right.
I think a Spice Work is never done is also a James Bond quote from somewhere.
Sure. It'll be harder now that I'm going out on my own. You know, I don't know much, but I do know this. The instincts of man are unlike that of any machine. Sure, he can freeze up, lose focus, and get shot.
I feel like
You can
there's
have a
some
drink
loose
every
ends here.
once in a
There is a third act, yes?
What? No.
Oh, this is really the final act?
Does this seem like the story that has like a third act when they're wrapping everything up right now?
Are they wrapping everything? There's still quite a few birdies.
There are quite a few birdies, yes, but I don't think it's worth going into like an entire act of taking these things down. It seems like that is his next mission. That's what he'll go on to do after this story ends. That's the other story that begins after this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Owen does come back for a third time. What's the next part of the series?
What's the next part? I don't know. Oh, Spectre mentioned. Oh, that was me before because I mentioned, yeah, because I said that. Not over the fact that Curt Mega, actor said that Curt Mega Spy has unknown children running around. Like, this man would never even look at a woman.
So true. Unless that woman is or should I say, was, when.
It's Susan! It was Susan the whole time!
Also, Spanksy
Anyway.
was joking. I see. There is not a sequel to this.
Yeah. Oh, the closet is crazy, and he's a spy. I had 2 kids before she came out. So did
You
Elton,
know,
apparently. As you know, he came
mu-
out before he had the kids, actually. Even more confusing.
You know, much like House of Leaves, the only way to defeat the ever-growing closet that seems to be impenetrably long and shifting is through love.
It's okay, we have fanfics.
If you don't get that reference, read House of Leaves.
You know, I just kind of thought about this. We should definitely do, like, a video at some point reading reading Starkid or TinCanBros fanfics. Because I'm sure there are plenty, and I wonder how that goes down. That could be a good
Sure,
reason
yeah.
to get some Starkid parodies out, actually.
We
I
could
think I know
totally
what
pull
my-
it up in like Minecraft and just steal the format that Aphmau had, right? With the where she would read the fanfics.
I wanted to do that with the Mutant Girl for years, actually. We don't get enough fanfics of that to be a recurring process, but anyway. I'll make one just for that. All right then. Leave space for some songs. That'll help.
While if it's a responsible pour,
Hayden becomes a silly and we try to summon him.
What was the song we sang before? Aiden, come back. Everyone in chat can see. It's almost over. But they've got a little more that's for you. I don't know. Aiden, come back. The video's almost complete. But there's at least 4 more minutes to get through. I don't know.
And if he learns to trust those around him, perhaps he can learn to trust himself again. You can break a computer box, but you can't break the will of a man. And
I mean, you
that's
can
why
also
he'll
break
never
the will of a
stop
man,
us.
but sure.
Even when we're buried 6 feet under the ground. Because spies are forever. I once was a spy. I'll always be a spy. 'Cause a spy is a spy
Man, this is pretty quiet there. Guess we get the first bell. Oh, Joseph Walker this time. Okay. Okay, this is going to sound weird to say. This is my favorite bow sequence in any of the musicals I've seen with these. Mostly because the other ones, most of the time, just have like, footage from them already in the play before, like with their names underneath or something. This one is like, they took that time and they said like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. Whoever put this together, again, like whoever, I think it was the agency they partnered with actually or something. They knew what things to tweak and improve from what this crew could already provide. Full skirt, there you go. Yep. Classic, goes the back through.
You gotta take a chance. Hiya! Get into the dance.
Anyone can be a spy, just dance. If you wanna be a spy,
Well, this is my least favorite song in this musical. Okay, that's my favorite dance move there from Esther. Thank you. Sure is. And of course, that's a callback to the Kickstarter right at the very end. They end it how it began. Very nice. I'm at the outro music too, which we haven't heard this time because we've had compilation, of course. What? Baxtresser and he is Siebers. That's who we've got to thank for that one. Okay, I think we get the idea. Unless Aiden shows up during the credits. Live and let spy. Okay. Well, yeah. In case people don't know, another James Bond movie title is Live and Let Die, which I'm pretty sure had a song from the Beatles as the theme for it. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay, there we go. That's it. So that's that was Spies and Forever, the one and only, it seems. TalkFine, that was it. There we go.
We have a request.
Can we rewatch it? No! Link is in the description.
Spies
That's where you watch it.
We will forever be
thank you,
looping
Wings This stream is forever. We're stuck here in a time loop watching Spies of Forever. We just like cuts to us like 2 days later going like, a spy is a spy, 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 is a spy.
Every time it loops, we add is a spy. We add one more to it.
I was really considering doing the drinking game that I mentioned last episode, where I just prepared like some sort of beverage for myself and took a sip every time they said the word spy. I don't think they didn't say it as many times in Act 2, so that probably would have been a better thing to, start off with. Wings mentioned, where is Aiden? Actually, you know what? No, here's how to summon him. Bad boy. Give it a shot. I don't know. Some of those.
I don't know. Curt Mega's abs weren't enough to summon him. I think he's lost in the void.
This is true, yeah. And we did, in fact, get Joe Walker back again. So, yeah, can't really be helped there. Never seen a James Bond movie as a Beatles song despite being named after a Beatles album. I guess that explains it. For my real name, I'm named after one of the James Bond actors I mentioned before, so that's that connection. But hey, that makes a lot of sense. Oh dear. All right, well, Spies Are Forever.
Indeed,
a bit of a weird one to sum up. I think we would have to rewatch it at some point, like at least like casually. I mean, I think one has to rewatch it to get like the full experience, because obviously, with spy content in general, you're supposed to get reveals. There's supposed to be mystery associated to it. So upon a second viewing, you would get an entirely different experience. So yeah, basically, in theory, but like as a first watch, you know, a lot of those revelations were like, well, I mean, we did joke about some of them before they appeared, like the whole Curt and Owen backstory, the fact that he was alive. But yeah, there was some stuff that would kind of like lead us in that direction anyway. I bet some people were really expecting that as soon as we heard Deadliest Man Alive's real voice, that we think, oh wow, this is like that was going to be our biggest freak out moment. But oh well, it got spoiled by the comments on my first watch. Yeah, that's another thing. That's where reading the comments becomes a drawback in this instance. Maybe that's where Aiden is right now. He was too embarrassed to have not read the comments from the previous episode. Nah. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I had to correct someone in the comments the other day. For like our last Spies Report stream, when I made a reference to Americans not having like our own food, I should have clarified. I meant like us Americans, like the colonizer Americans not having our own food. I was not referring to like real Americans. Real Americans had plenty of stuff to their name. We stole it all.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify there, I mean modern colonizer Americans when I meant Americans last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a musical. It's about spies. Yeah, I guess that is a good summary of it. But yeah, like I said before, the things that have elevated this time from like the regular stuff that we're used to with Starkid, I suppose, would be a lot of the songs, just the lyrics particularly, also the and the cinematography, because those two like somewhat details, like, you know, we partnered up with this agency. Yeah, they seem to specialize in particularly those things. It's kind of interesting they got like external people to look on the music, but then again, that was usually a couple people's process within Starkid itself. At first, I wasn't entirely sure, like when I first started watching them, how that would go down. But yeah, I think of anything else that I'm missing out as far as details or things to talk about. I suppose the one thing that is sort of missing is like you know, we don't get like much of a sense of why Owen would be so inclined to turn his entire worldview around. Maybe because it was the betrayal of Curt and, you know, leaving him there to die. That's sort of like, well, I mean, I guess everything that I stood by before was a lie. If, you know, if Kurt's not going to help me out here, then clearly he, you know, nothing that I learnt from him or, you know, preached to him as well is worthwhile, you know, including our relationship. But, you know, that was, you know, secondary. Maybe that was it, but I don't know. It's kind of like, well, I guess it's when I originally envisioned Owen returning as an antagonist, it was always a case of like, you know, personal revenge against Curt for what happened, rather than, I guess, like a different the overview or different objective entirely. But oh well. And at the end with Tatiana as well, you know, the fact that he didn't actually say anything to her, at least it got her to smile, albeit temporarily. I wonder what she's going to think when she realizes that you know, the whole like surveillance system and stuff, you know, return in the future. What's she going to think? Or is there going to be like coverage of different facilities of different islands exploding? You know, and that being connected to Chimera and what happened before. I also wonder how he's going to do most of that stuff on his own, because they required several people before. It required a team. Yeah, Kurt's whole thing was like, you know, he learned to trust in others, but then also went at it alone towards the very end. Maybe in the non-existent Live and Let Spy, he ended up getting a different crew of some kind. Sort of like Ethan Hunt, he kind of like alternates. And that's the first Mission Impossible reference we've actually had in one of these streams, considering that Mission Impossible is in the tags in TinCanBros. And therefore also tags to this video, because I tend to, acquire a lot of the the tabs to help our search results for some of these.
I don't. I always forget to bother with any of those optimization things.
Well, ultimately, tags aren't super useful a lot of the time, but they do, help get you like video queue points, so they still must count for something. Also, taught me in a technique of having them like rank in the descriptions that are actually like searchable criteria. The mask was Mission Impossible. That is true. Yeah, that's like their favorite trick is to do that. Or they don't usually revert back to their old accents while that's going on. They have like voice modulations, but yeah, like the way that the mask, or like the way that Joe like contorted his face and such doing that. Yeah, that was definitely the most Mission Impossible-esque moment in that. So yeah, ultimately a pretty decent tribute to to the spy genre. For with references for people who would understand them, and just a general enjoyable experience for those that would not. And who knows, maybe some people might be interested in going out and seeing some of the some of the James Bond stuff or Mission Impossible stuff that inspired them in the first place. Or if not, you might just want to watch the episode again, in which case I would say link in the description to the actual playlist from the actual people. And I'm apparently dying now.
Shoot, a spy got him, guys.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
Aiden and me left.
Yeah, I was the next target after the prince, whose name I've forgotten. I remember Prince Ahmed's name, but not this prince for some reason. Woo down. Anyway, that's it from me. I think. Anything else to add, BB?
No, this is a pretty solid musical. I do genuinely think this trumps quite a bit of the Starkid stuff that we've seen, if not all of it. I really liked this one.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of difficult to say because I've seen the Starkid stuff a lot of the time, more times than I can count, versus this one was sort of brand new. But hey, maybe sometime in the future we'll talk about that. Maybe sometime in the future we'll have to rotate back through these again and do a second watch or something. What we missed out the first time.
Spies are forever 5 years later.
Oh dear. If that's not been subscribed, I don't know what is. And also, and while we're on that note, let us know your thoughts, means of liking or disliking, and leaving your comments as usual on things that we missed out on or stuff to endeavor into the future. We're far from done with TinCanBros, but we'll probably be going back to Nightmare Time or some other Starkid thing next time round. But either way, we'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video.